Gaurav, Mittal, Nokia technology platforms there. Apart from Nokia and various business groups of Nokia, you have some licenses for your most famous software platform. Who are the licenses?
We have Samsung, we have LG, and we have Lenovo as our existing licensees.
Is it your ambition actually to get more licenses? I mean, the bigger brands like Motorola or Sony Ericsson or whatever.
Yes, right now we are satisfied with the number of licensees we have, but adding couple of more will not hurt. But it's not our immediate wish to add Motorola, but our wish is to add get more and more devices from Samsung and LG right now. And as we have already proven from the platform approach, that platform is able to reduce the cost of the industry, overall operational cost of the industry, and that is why Vodafone have selected S60 as the platform of choice, and we have seen other operators also going in the same direction. So we see that as the industry is moving towards platformization, then we have automatically more licensees and more devices from the licensees.
So would you say that the S60 software platform would rationalize the mobile phone industry, make it more efficient, save cost?
Absolutely. So we have data and facts in the table which clearly show that using the platform approach, we are able to reduce the operational cost by about 40%. When we talk about a phone, there's a lot of processes going on with the operator. For example, compliance statements and the applications which operators want, as well as the customization and the branding elements which operators want. Now, if you do by device all those things, then it is an extra cost for each and every device. But now when it is done once in the platform, then it is there for all the devices. And this reduces the cost by about 40%. And Vodafone was the first one to realize this, and that's why they have already we have announced together this platform partnership, and other operators should be following soon.
But the more surprising it is that those of you who are licensees of this S60, they're not getting use of it. They're not putting it into their portfolio or their products.
Yeah, I think it's a big.
It's surprising. How come?
Yeah, definitely. It's a big cycle. When you, as a company, you have produced for many years a lot of phones on one platform. It's not an easy job to move to a different platform just by a switch of a button. So we are seeing that licensees are moving in that direction, and they have been able to produce couple of phones. We ourselves have understood their problems better, and we have announced partnerships with Freescale, which is the third biggest chipset manufacturer, and with Symbian, which is our operating system provider, and we are helping them getting better integration with the platform, and at the same time they are learning their processes better, and they are moving towards platformization, and operators are also moving towards that. So industry is moving towards platforms now.
But still there must be a problem. I mean, if you say that S60 basically should be the standard of the mobile phone industry when we talk about smartphone things there, and the only brand that's using it is Nokia.
Yes, like I just said.
Admit that it looks a bit odd, actually.
Yes, definitely.
Even though that Nokia has got a big market share out there.
Yeah, definitely. I think if we see, there were about 25 million S60 devices sold in 2005, and it's already going up. Sorry, there were about 50 million devices sold in 2005, and now we are going 100 million in 2006. I admit that most of them are Nokia devices, and we have learned from S60 that what challenges our licensees face. Licensees have learned how difficult it has been from moving from one platform to another, and the industry is moving towards that direction. So we will see in this year and the next year that more and more phones coming out from licensees, and operators are also going towards that direction. So we will see the benefits of the platform. It has been a huge challenge for Nokia also to move from proprietary platforms to the S60 horizontal platform. The same has been for our licensees. Nokia is the biggest manufacturer. We have the biggest R&D investment. We have been able to do it, and we are helping other licensees, like example Samsung and LG, to come out with S60 devices, and they will be. But
could you just in a very simple term explain what's so unique with the X60 idea, version 3 as it is for the moment?
Sure, definitely. So the idea of a platform is that you do it once and use it many times. If we compare with the proprietary platform, which is let's say entry-level platform, you do the same things again and again for the phone. For each phone you have to do, for example, branding elements, for example, application integration, but with platform you do all things only once, and then you just produce devices by using just UI elements here and there, which is we call as user interface. So the platform, the engine of the platform is the same, and you have very little work, which is about 10% work we just modify here and there. So more and more devices can come faster to the market, and that's why we say we have about 3 to 6 months of faster time to the market for operators, and we have about 40% saving in the operational cost, and then the testability and the training cost and the end user, basically the customer calls, or the cost of that also goes down, because the trainers know that okay, this is the platform, these are the problems, and then the customer care calls are also reduced, because end users also know what kind of platform they are dealing with, and they don't find differences when they move from one phone to another phone. The other phone is also S60. They know what is the user interface, they know what is basically the whole phone all about, and it's very easy for them to move to a new device.
Of course, I guess that version 3 is not the end of the history.
Definitely.
You're working on another upgrade version, I guess.
Yes, definitely. We will have minor releases and major releases in the future also. Definitely. The progress is all the time going on. We get the internal feedback from our licensees, we get from the external licensees, and we are trying to fix all the problems all the time and add new features.
Would you try to wipe out the old problem there, that applications developed for the version 3, they are not compatible with former or earlier versions of Series 60?
Absolutely.
So the next version, that will be compatible?
Absolutely. That has been our promise to the market, and we will ensure that there's always a backward compatibility with the versions released after 3.0 with the future releases.
Could you also give some comment or response on this? We've seen that the Nokia stock, the Nokia share, I mean, from the top level of year 2001, that's 5 years ago, the value today is just 1/3 of its former top. Can you explain it?
Yes, I think the overall, let's say, cost of the handsets, there is some pressure over there. As we see, there are more and more business coming out from the markets like India and China, Brazil, Russia. So there are not that much of high-end phones being sold over there, and the industry is finding new ways to reduce the cost. So there is some pressure on the cost, and definitely one of that reason have also reflected in Nokia share prices. But what is important over here is that we are trying to address these cost problems, and that's why this S60 platform is there. And if you see, Nokia is producing about let's say 30% of their phones on S60 platform in 2006, and in the future there will be more and more of these high-end phones. And we have been top selling model of N70 in Q4 Christmas 2005 market, and we've already gotten extremely good reports with E61, which is also selling extremely well in Asia Pacific and
Does it
European
mean that,
markets.
that you expect or put as a prognosis that there will be a comeback for the Nokia share as well? Will it eventually go up to its former top?
That's a speculation, and I will not
to speculate.
Yeah, I will not to
Right.
speculate. Like, I would personally wish that it goes up, but I will not speculate whether it will go up or it will not.
Would you recommend your best friend to invest in Nokia share?
I think he should consult a financial advisor and not me. But as a let's say Nokia person, I wish that the stock prices go up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Fine.